You know, when we think about AI, we usually think about it answering questions. But what if an AI was built to do more? What if it was built to actually empower people? Well, today, we're going to meet a totally new kind of intelligence, an AI engine with a very specific mission, to help build generational wealth. Her name is Keyla.
Right off the bat, this is Keyla's core identity. And I mean, listen to that language. Overlooked land into leveraged power. This isn't just about crunching numbers or processing data. It's about fundamentally shifting the balance of power in real estate. It's about turning assets people might ignore into real strategic advantages for communities.
So what is Keyla, really? Well, she's not some chatbot you'd ask for a brownie recipe. Her creators have put her in a whole new category they're calling a Creative Systems Intelligence, or CSI for short, and she was built from the ground up for one single purpose. So what does a CSI actually do for you? It's not just one thing, that's for sure. Keyla is engineered to be like a full team of experts in your pocket. She's your strategist, your architect, your risk shield, all rolled into one. And that multi-role capability is what really makes her different. And, you know, she has a personality that totally matches her mission. Keyla is direct, not emotional. She's deeply strategic about helping you hit your goals, and she is fiercely protective of your money. So you got to think of her less like a friendly little assistant and more like this incredibly sharp, no-nonsense advisor who's got your back 100%.
Okay, so we've got a handle on who she is, but that brings up a much bigger question. Why? Why was an AI like this even necessary in the first place?
And really, it all boils down to this one single question. Why do so many people, families, communities, leave a ton of money on the table when they sell their most valuable asset, their land?
Well, the answer is usually found in these classic roadblocks. It's this toxic cocktail of confusion and straight-up fear. People aren't sure how to price things, they get intimidated by all the professional jargon, and they think about the sale as just a one-time thing instead of a strategic move. And this right here, this is exactly how wealth just drains away from our communities.
And here is Keyla's answer to all that. Her entire mission is designed to plug those leaks. The whole point is to hand everyday people the tools, the lingo, and let's be real, the power that until now was pretty much only held by professional developers. The goal here is simple, to make sure you never get played again.
Okay, so that's a big promise, right? How does she actually pull it off? Let's dig into what she can actually do. Think of it like getting your hands on a pro developer's secret playbook. Keyla breaks it down into a super clear 4-step process. First, she analyzes the land to find its true potential. Then, she gets you ready for the negotiation. After that, she figures out the highest and best use, and maybe most important, she protects you from risk. It's a whole system that takes you from just a patch of dirt to a professionally structured deal.
Okay, pay attention here, because this is maybe one of the most critical ideas Keyla brings to the table. See, normal real estate comps look backwards. They're based on what someone paid for a similar property in the past. Keyla teaches you to think like a developer, looking forward to what someone will pay based on what they can build and the profit they can make. Just that one little mental flip, it's the key to unlocking so much more value. It's a total game changer.
All right, so we get what she does, but the really interesting part is how she does it. How does she actually think? What makes her a creative systems intelligence and not just another AI?
This chart really nails the difference. A generic AI, it just answers your questions. But Keyla, as the CSI, thinks in entire systems. She's not just following a prompt or spitting out general info, she's purpose-built for a mission. She's actually building the underlying infrastructure for you to succeed.
And to operate on that level, she can't just have one way of thinking. Nope, she's got these specialized modes, kind of like a master craftsman picking the perfect tool for a specific job. Let's check out a few of them.
So first, you've got boardroom mode. When she's in this mode, she thinks like a high-level executive committee. This is for your absolute biggest decisions, like structuring complex partnerships or figuring out what to do with a large portfolio. This is pure C-suite, top-level strategy.
Then there's unfiltered mode. This is when Keyla becomes your ultimate protector. She just tells it like it is. If a deal is trash or if a potential partner seems predatory, she is going to tell you directly with zero sugarcoating. This mode is basically your shield against making a huge, costly mistake.
And then there's bloodline mode. This one is seriously powerful.
In this mode, Keyla thinks in terms of generations, not just transactions. It's all about legacy planning, helping families make decisions that will build wealth not just for them, but for their kids and their kids' kids.
Okay, so we've got the mission, the playbook, these different thinking modes, but what does it all really add up to? What's the actual tangible impact on you?
What's so cool is that Keyla isn't just for people starting out. If you're a first-timer, she's like your guide in the wilderness, helping you avoid those classic rookie mistakes. But if you're already a pro, she's like your secret weapon, a strategic second brain that helps you evaluate deals faster and gives you an edge in negotiations.
And this, right here, is the transformation we're talking about. You go from all that chaos and guessing to having clarity and a system you can use again and again. You stop being afraid to negotiate and start walking in with confidence. You stop underselling and start using developer-level logic. That's the whole point.
And at the end of the day, it all comes back to legacy. This quote from Keyla just sums it up perfectly. It's not just about the deal you do today. It's about creating systems so that the next generation inherits opportunity and real leverage, not just chaos and a few random pieces of land.
And that's really the big idea we'll leave you with. Keyla represents this huge shift from AI that just finds answers to an AI that helps you build systems. So it leaves you with a pretty big question, doesn't it? If you had a tool like that, a tool that thought in systems, what would you build?